Meow. Meow.
Henry's cat had just seen an exciting film. It was all about a man called Tarzan, who lived up a tree in the lost world. All the animals recognised his famous jungle cry. Tarzan's job was to look after the jungle. He had to keep it clean, picking up the leaves, mending the trees, bathing the animals, and switching off the lights at night. And for all this, he got free bananas and coconuts, 4 weeks holiday a year, and Wednesday afternoons off to practice the banjo. Henry's cat thought to himself, "Ow, what an exciting life. I'd like a job like that." And he imagined himself swinging through the jungle and saving animals from danger. Dawn broke in the jungle. Henry's cat was already up and checking his diary for who he had to save today. At 9 o'clock, he had to rescue an elephant swallowed by a snake. At 10:30, there was a hippopotamus falling out of a tree after trying to pick coconuts. Then, after lunch, there was a lost polar bear, a giraffe with a sore throat, and a sick parrot. After tea, he had to swim 20 miles through alligator-infested waters to report a jungle fire. Around about 6:30, he had to run across a burning desert, chased by a giant scorpion, cross a crumbling rope bridge, dive 30,000 feet into a 4-inch deep lake full of piranha fish, then leap a stream of molten lava so that he could pick up his laundry from the dry cleaners. Fortunately, tomorrow was his day off. At least he thought it was going to be his day off, but in darkest civilization, an evil mind was at work. It was the notorious Rumbaba, hunter and explorer. He was studying a map of the lost world. Rumour had it that prehistoric monsters still roamed and played innocently there. One of these creatures was none other than the legendary King Congo, who stood 90 feet in his socks and was the fiercest animal alive. Not only that, he was a tap dancer, a juggler, a very funny comic, an amazing magician, a dab hand at Scrabble, and the finest tenor voice this side of the equator. O sole mio, stem fronte e te. Yes, well, you see, the scheming Rumbaba's plan was to make himself rich by capturing King Congo and taking him back to civilization, where he would be the star turn in his restaurant, the Dinosaur's Diner. There, the floor show would feature famous acts from all over the world. Straight from a tour of Mount Everest, the abominable snowman who juggled snowballs, Sahara Sue, the sand-dancing camel, the third act would be fearless Frank Fletcher and his farmyard friends. But the top of the bill was reserved for King Congo from the lost world. O sole mio, stem fronte e te. The greatest floor show on earth would lure customers in for giant omelettes made from dinosaurs' eggs. But getting giant eggs is no yoke, as they say, which is why Rumbaba was going to the Lost World, so that he could catch some of the dinosaurs that lay the eggs. It was a daring plan, to say the least. Pumping up a rubber inflatable liner, Rumbaba set sail immediately for the jungle. Arriving at the North Pole, Rumbaba transferred to a rubber inflatable balloon, which took him to a mountaintop in East Patagonia, where his rubber inflatable toboggan took him down to the desert, where he caught an inflatable train to his destination. Checking his position, he estimated he was 3 days' walk from where he wanted to be, but it was only 4 hours' walk if he went by number 9 bus, which he quickly pumped up. At last, Rumbaba reached the entrance to the Lost World. It took all his strength to knock on the door. He quickly hid when he heard footsteps approaching. It was the mighty King Congo himself, collecting the milk. Slipping inside unnoticed, the evil sheep hid in the undergrowth and started to put his deadly plan into action. Pumping up some tins of dinosaurs' delicious din-dins, which he knew full well no dinosaur could resist, he poured out the contents of the cans and then mixed in a magic potion, so that when the dinosaurs ate the din-dins, they would quickly fall asleep and he could capture them. But as the crafty Rumbaba slunk away, he didn't notice the man-eating plants nearby. When they smelt the dinosaurs' din-dins, they immediately ate it all up and promptly fell asleep. When Rumbaba came back to inspect the dishes, he thought the dinosaurs had taken the bait and had just gone off to sleep somewhere. So he set up the next part of his evil plan. It was a giant rubber inflatable banana, which he filled with black ink. He put it where King Congo would find it. Then, when he picked it up to eat it, the ink would squirt in his eyes, and he wouldn't be able to see where he was going. He would then fall over a large inflatable rubber log, which had deliberately been put nearby, and knock himself out. Then, whilst King Congo was unconscious, Rumbaba would put his thumbprint on a 5-year contract as a restaurant entertainer. Only a mad, twisted genius could come up with such a plan, and only a hero like Henry's cat could stop him. Meanwhile, back in the jungle, some hungry dinosaurs arrived and saw the empty din-dins bowls. The daddy dinosaur said, "Here, who's been eating my din-dins?" And the mummy dinosaur said, "Oh, who's been eating my din-dins?" And the baby dinosaur said, "I've been eating my din-dins and ate it all up." And she stamped her foot angrily. And as she weighed 10 tons, this shook the jungle and woke up Henry's cat on his day off. He immediately swung into dynamic action. Bimbo the elephant realized something was afoot and trumpeted to alert all the animals. Henry's cat, of course, spoke jungle language fluently and said, "Ow, bim, bobble, wibble, nibble, nubby, moo, moo," which means there's something going on somewhere. Have you chaps seen anything? The lion said he thought he'd heard someone play a rubber inflatable piano during the night. A zebra said she had seen some strange cloven footprints near King Congo's bungalow, and a parrot said he'd seen someone pumping up a banana. To Henry's cat, it all seems terribly suspicious. So, in single file, they all followed the strange footprints through the jungle. Henry's cat stopped. There, hidden in the undergrowth, was a rubber inflatable 87-story high skyscraper, heavily disguised as the Empire State Building. This confirmed Henry's cat's suspicions that something was very definitely going on. Meanwhile, from his treetop hideout, Rumbaba surveyed the jungle for signs of the mighty King Congo. Suddenly, there he was, the uncrowned king of the lost world, marching majestically through the undergrowth. King Congo stopped. He had seen the giant banana, just as Rumbaba had planned. He grabbed it eagerly, blissfully unaware that it was a cunning trick. The ink-filled banana fulfilled its purpose. Not seeing where he was going, King Congo tripped on the rubber-inflated log. A crafty Rumbaba quickly put a 5-year contract under King Congo's thumb, but he was not quick enough. Giving his famous jungle call, Henry's cat swooped down from the trees. Rumbaba was struck rigid with fear, and Henry's cat was struck by a coconut tree as he slightly misjudged his distance. Rumbaba saw his chance and pumped up a rubber inflatable aeroplane. Henry's cat was close behind him, but not close enough. Had the evil Rumbaba escaped justice yet again? He certainly thought so, and just to taunt Henry's cat, towed his comments in the sky. But as he circled his rubber skyscraper to make another taunt, he failed to see King Congo, now very much awake and climbing up the other side. King Congo made a grab at the plane. Crazed with fury and frustration, Rumbaba decided to have one last go at catching the uncrowned king of the lost world. He quickly pumped up a rubber inflatable stink bomb. This would make King Congo hold his nose and let go of the skyscraper. He aimed his sights at the giant ape and zoomed in. But just as he was about to drop the bomb, King Congo pulled out the giant banana, full of ink. A single well-aimed shot covered Rumbaba's windscreen. The stink bomb went off in the aeroplane's cabin. What a performance! The smell was so awful, Rumbaba was forced to hold his nose and couldn't steer the plane. It went out of control and crashed into the jungle. Luckily for Rumbaba, he just managed to pump up a parachute and jump out. Unfortunately, he landed upside down in a swamp. The alligators were using him as a punch bag. Henry's cat rescued Rumbaba and put him in a cage for his own safety. Henry's cat felt so pleased with his day's work, he invited all the jungle animals to a picnic. Well, King Congo entertained everybody with his
O sole mio, stem pronto ete.
The man-eating flowers were given special cream cakes and rhubarb trifle for helping out. And the dinosaur family ate so many jelly baby sandwiches, they gave themselves tummy ache for a week. Henry's cat thought for a bit between munching on marzipan mushrooms and said, "Oh, well, Rumbaba tried to make a monkey out of King Congo, but he slipped up on his own giant banana." And with that, another day passed peacefully in the lost world.